You are listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin.
What is going down? What the fuck is going down? It is your boy, Studio MacGyver, and you are listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin'. Welcome to the show, guys. If you're new to the podcast, welcome to the show. If you're into anime, nerd culture, and most importantly, video games, you come to the right place because we talk about all of that shit here. This is podcast episode number 349. We're almost at 350. And I got a few things I want to discuss with the family now. I got my anime watch list here. I also have some Xbox developer direct news to share with you guys. And I also have some GRANBLUE fantasy relink news, a little small update from your boy. And then also, if you guys didn't know, Last of Us 2 Remastered came out. Got a chance to play that, and you'll be surprised who else played it and played it more than I did. But yeah, gonna talk about all those things, guys. Also, Pal World. What is that? Definitely going to get into that. And then also a game kind of caught me off guard here. I don't know how I stumbled upon it, but I did. And thank God that I did. And it is, believe me, you may not, it is a anime Dark Souls sci-fi action RPG. Yes. And you got to check it out. But anyway, that is what we have on the docket for today. Now let's get started, guys. This is going to be a short one. I just came back from the gym. It's been a long fucking day, and you can blame Pal World for that, definitely. And like I said, I'll get into Pal World shortly in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. But anyway, I want to start off by talking about my anime watch list. Yes, my anime watch list. I have been watching anime. I feel good. I feel like I've hit my anime stride again, and I'm kind of like already looking forward to the next anime I'm going to watch after this. And it's just, it's so exciting because there's just so much stuff out there. And sometimes you fall in and out of these zones. Same thing with gaming. Sometimes you're like, yo, I'm in here. I'm playing whatever the fuck comes in front of me. And then there's times where you're like, I just don't feel like playing anything right now. You go through this kind of slump. Same thing with anime. Sometimes you're like, I can't get into it right now. I'm just not feeling like watching anything. And for me, that's not often, but it does happen. Some people call it burnout. Whatever you want to call it, there's different names for it. But yeah, but right now that is not the case. And I am on a fucking roll and loving it. First, let's start off with, the first anime I got a chance to check out this past week, and it was Solo Leveling. Now I said I was going to watch this. I was going to come, get some time and definitely get on that. And I finally have, and there's 3 episodes available. I only watched episode 1 because the dub just came out on the 20th. So I checked that out, and I am going to go ahead and watch the other 2 because it definitely makes you want to find out what's going to happen next. And I think with this one, I'm also going to go ahead and check out the manga as well, and then come back around to the anime because I don't have the patience to sit through another one of these or wait. Cause that first episode was pretty good, man. It was a pretty good banger. And if you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. A lot of people are talking about this manga slash anime now. When it was announced that it was getting anime, a lot of people got excited. The people in the manga community, because supposedly this manga is the shit. Okay. So yeah, looking forward to checking that one out. And if I watch any or read any manga, guys, 9 times out of 10 it's going to be on YouTube, and that's how I'll check it out, especially if the story's already done. And apparently this story is already done, or at least the majority of it is. So yeah, I'll do that. And I found a pretty good balance in there, man. There's some pretty good YouTubers out there that break all this shit down, and thank God for that. So if you guys don't have the manga, you don't read manga a lot, or if you just don't have the patience for manga sometimes, then, this might be a route for you. But anyway, first episode was a banger. Definitely enjoyed it. It's about this guy who's in a world where everybody's pretty much at a certain power level, and he's the weakest one. And everybody's always saving him. He's always getting fucked up. And you know what? I'll leave it there. I'm not going to go too far else. Just think of the name, Solo Leveling. So something's going to happen. Something's going to happen to this kid, man. And he is going to get very strong. Now, the fun part is watching how all that transpires to me personally. So looking forward to that. And I'll give you guys updates as that kind of moves along. Next anime that I got a chance to watch, and I'm almost done. I think I have 2 episodes left. I'm kind of savoring those last 2 episodes, if I'm being honest. But this one was dope. It's not a shonen in anything that in that form. I told you guys before that, you should open your palette up a little bit if you're watching anime and you're a fan of it. And if you just watch, shonen stuff, the known stuff out here, that's cool. Please don't get it twisted. But there's a lot of good shit out here. It's a reason why there's so many anime out here. Like, if you dip your toe into the anime universe, you will find that in Japan and sometimes even China, they really take anime seriously. They take it just as serious as TV shows and movies here in the States, in the West. I mean that wholeheartedly. And there is something out there, and I mean something out there for everybody. Okay. And that is the beautiful thing about that. And also discovering those new ones, discovering those non-shonen anime, just kind of those slice of life or those harems or whatever else in between. Those are just the cool things that I like doing, discovering those and getting a kick out of watching those just as much as I would, say, a My Hero Academia or a fucking Jujutsu Kaisen or some shit like that. You know what I mean? So definitely give those a chance if you watch anime at all, and you will not be sorry, I promise you. But anyway, the anime that I'm watching currently now, and I'm almost done with, it goes by the name of More Than a Married Couple, But Not Lovers. And I don't know how I came about this one. I think it was the other ones that I told you guys I was watching last week, and then they recommended some of these, and I said, cool. I liked what I saw before. Let me get something in that same kind of realm. Okay. And this one came out, and I take a look at it, and I fucking adore it. It's about 4 main characters. Okay. One is a nerd, and one is just a shy girl. Okay. And they've been friends pretty much their whole childhood. Okay. And when they were smaller, younger, they had to move away from each other. And the nerd character always liked the girl. Okay. And apparently the girl liked the guy, but they didn't know. Okay. She never told him. He never told her. They never got a chance because she moved away. But then they got back linked up together, because they went in high school. They're in the same high school. Okay. But there's 2 other characters in this dilemma. And one is a girl who's really, really popular and beautiful and all these things. There's another character who's also very popular. It's a guy, and he's blonde hair, blue eye kind of dude or whatever. And all the girls love him and want to be with him, all of that shit. Right. And they get linked up into this homework assignment. And they have to become a married couple. So they have to live out their life as if they were married. That means living together, all this shit, doing duties, cooking for one another, all these things, right? And they get graded on that. So the nerd gets hooked up with the popular girl, and the popular guy gets hooked up with the nerd's childhood crush. Okay. Now, the thing about this game or this homework assignment is, if you can rally up enough points, okay, then you can swap out your partner. So you can say, well, I want to be with this guy or this girl. And if your score is high enough with the current team you have, you can make that happen. So The popular girl doesn't see anything in the nerd. The nerd knows he has no chance with her. And the dynamic gets very interesting very quick. Okay. It's amazing what happens when two people have to live together and do certain things. Now, the nerd is not like ugly or anything like that by any stretch. He loves his video games and he's an otaku and he's just, has got his head in his game all the time. And the girls don't take enough time to actually look at this guy. You know what I mean? So I'll just leave it there. I don't want to get too deep, but it's definitely good. I promise you guys, I'm not pulling your leg. It is so good. And I have 2 episodes left and I'll definitely finish them within the next day or so. And I'll give you guys a quick update about it. But yeah, definitely cool. Once again, this anime is called More Than a Married Couple, But Not Lovers. You should definitely check this one out. It's on Crunchyroll. I don't know if it's on anything else. Crunchyroll is my main hub for anime. So definitely check that one out, man. All right. Now we're done with the anime watch list right now. And let's move on and let's get to something that Xbox had that really almost passed my ass up. Not even going to lie. But Xbox had something, what they call Developer Direct, okay, 2024. And they had a handful of games that they wanted to showcase and let you guys know what was coming to the platform and what they've been working on and updates and so forth. Okay. So apparently, man, this thing is pretty fucking stellar. They had some games that they showed, and one that they showed is Hellblade 2. Now, Hellblade 2, I kind of roll my eyes when I hear about Hellblade 2 because they are really dragging this game out. Now, this game was supposed to be ready a long time ago. I can't remember the actual initial date, but it was supposed to be ready a while back, and it's not. And I still don't know the release date for this damn game. Okay. I don't remember if they gave us one or not, but they're still working on it. And they showed some more gameplay. And I tried the first one, couldn't get into the first one. It just didn't speak to me. The mechanics didn't speak to me, but a lot of people, liked the game, and that's cool, you know what I'm saying? And they're looking forward to the second game. Now, the thing about Hellblade 2 is apparently, now I don't know if this is going to be Game Pass exclusive or not. If I think it's going to be on Game Pass, but I'm not sure. But if you do pay for it, it is going to be $50, okay, to buy it. Now, this is a AA game. Technically, it's not considered AAA. But this one here is going to also be, like I said, $50. And it's a very short game. It's 7 hours. Okay. About 7 hours. That's what everybody's saying. So it's a really short game. You can finish it really if you wanted to in one sitting. And a lot of people aren't really liking the fact that it's that short. So it's really predicated on what you want to do. If you feel that it's worth buying it for you, day one, cool. If you're a super fan, whatever. If not, then look and see if it's on Game Pass. If it's not on Game Pass, then I guess wait until it does become available, because I'm sure this game will eventually become available on Game Pass. So we shall see. That is what they showed. And the next game they showed was a game called Aura History Untold. Now, this is sort of like a top-down RPG / I don't know what this is, actually. It's just like a top-down view, and it looks to be pretty in-depth. It's definitely coming to Game Pass day one, so I may check it out, but it's definitely really technical. And if for those technical players who really want to get in there and get their hands dirty, you can do that with this game. All I'll say is just check it out. The game is called, again, Aura, A-R-A, History Untold. So check it out. For me, that was the least exciting game that they showed to us or whatever. So I just had to mention it though, for those who wanted to know what else was shown. They didn't show a lot of games. Like I said, a handful, like 5 games, I think is what they showed. So that was the other one. And the next game on this list is, I'm sure a lot of people may want to know about this one, Avowed. Okay. So they showed Avowed. They showed some gameplay, and they also demonstrated some things like, I guess, loadouts that you can actually do, and on the fly. It looks like you can have, so if you're out there in the field and you're doing shit, you can just all of a sudden change your loadout real quick. So you can do something, for example, like maybe a sword and shield, and then you can swap from that to like dual magic wands. Okay. And so on and so forth. So that looked pretty cool. I don't know if it's just me or not, but Avowed, it didn't really look that appealing. It just wasn't. It didn't do it to me. It didn't do it for me, if that makes any sense, guys. And I don't know, it could turn around and end up being very good. a lot of people are looking forward to this because, it's made from the same people who've made, Elder Scrolls and all these other things. So it could be a banger. One thing that they didn't show that kind of made me nervous was they didn't show any third person gameplay. Everything was in first person, and I'm not sure if they have third person. Now, usually their games, when they make them, they give you both perspectives. Now, my thing is, if they were going to show this game and give us an update, why not show us any third person gameplay? That's my thing. That kind of makes me nervous because I would be showing that as well, but they didn't. No mention of it. And I can't find any information on that on the internet either. Okay. So nothing has been confirmed, at least from them, if there's going to be a third person. Now, I don't know if they do have it and they didn't show it. It makes me even more nervous because I'm wondering, okay, why didn't you show this, guys? You're not ready to show it? Or how's the animations going to look or whatever? So we'll see, because if you go and play some of the older games now, yeah, the gameplay from third person is pretty clunky. All right. Now, you would think, or I guess you would hope, that they would clean that up and definitely make the animations look a lot better. And hopefully they do that if it is a third person. But if it's only a first person game, I don't see myself playing that. I'm not into first person games. If you guys are new to the show, that's really not my cup of tea. There's only a few franchises that I will play a first person game on, and like the BioShock series. And then there's also, there's a couple other ones in there like Far Cry. But anything outside of that, for the most part, I'm not really trying to do that. I love my third person perspective on my games, and that's just me. Can't change it, man. It's always been that way for me. But hopefully they have third person, and hopefully it's, pretty decent, and that will definitely change. And to see what I might do. Because if it is third person, I would definitely give Avowed a chance, but we'll see. We may not have it. So I guess we'll wait and find out. Next game they showed, though, is one that's probably going to get a lot of people excited. And this one is Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Now, this one is supposedly taking place between the two Indiana Jones movies. I'm not an Indiana Jones fan, so I don't remember those movies, but I remember watching them as a kid, but that's about it. As far as him as a character, there's two main movies, and this game takes place in between those two. It's a new story, something that they've come up with. And I will be honest, this is also a first person game. And, like I said, I'm not into first person games, but I can't lie and say that this didn't look good. Indiana Jones looked good in the first person perspective. If you were going to do an Indiana Jones game in a first person perspective, it would look like this if you were doing it right. So I'm not putting, what I mean? I'm going to call a spade a spade. If it looks dope to me, I'm going to say it. If it doesn't, I'm going to say it. You know what I mean? I'm unbiased here when it comes to that. I own all systems. I love all gaming, all games. So for me, it's just, do I have favorites? Yes, but I love them all. So there's something on every system that I would play and I enjoy. And I currently am enjoying on all my systems, right? And this one does look good, period. And one cool thing that they were able to do with it was, in certain aspects of the gameplay, there are actually third person perspectives. So maybe when you're climbing a pole or climbing a fucking cliff or some shit like that, it zooms out and you go into that fucking beautiful third person view with Indiana Jones. And they did a great job of his animation. They did a great job of the graphics. He looks exactly like Harrison Ford, straight up. And that kind of makes me a little sad because I'm like, yo, I would have loved to see this in a fucking third person perspective and played it like that. And it would be cool if they were able to do both, because if you look at the animations and you look at some of the stuff with the third person shit, it looks crispy and it looks really fluid. So I don't know why they couldn't have given us both, but that's here nor there. Definitely would be something that I might pick up if it was in third person, but even in the first person view, this is something that I would definitely pick up later and experience that, because it does look good. So all the Indiana Jones fans are excited. I saw a lot of the videos. I read a lot of the comments, and a lot of people are really looking forward to this. There's a lot of Indiana Jones fans out there, and I'm happy for you guys, definitely. So if you love it like that, I'm sure you'll get a lot of enjoyment out of that title. All right, next game on the list. This is pretty much the last game on the list. All right, number 5, and I gotta tell you guys, the more I see about this game, the more information, the more gameplay I see, I just fall a little bit deeper in love with this game. All right. And I'm talking about Square Enix. Of course, they always do this. And this is Visions of Mana. Okay. This game is fucking beautiful. We got to see some more fucking gameplay, and this is coming to the Xbox. Believe it or not. Wow. Another Square Enix game coming to fucking the Xbox platform, which is cool, which is a good thing. If I'm an Xbox only fan, I'm excited to get my hands on some of these other games from Square Enix. There are other Square Enix games on Xbox. Please don't get it twisted. There's some Final Fantasies and things of that nature on there, but I'm just saying that, this one here is definitely going to get a lot of people excited. This is an action RPG. The Mana series has always, kind of lived over there in that spectrum, and it's a beautiful thing. And this one, it looks fucking breathtaking. The art style is definitely beautiful and very vibrant, and all the colors pop, and they're just really bright, and they stick out to you. It's got an anime-esque kind of feel to it as well. I love everything about it, and the more that I see, it just makes it that much more apparent. And they showed us a little bit more gameplay. They actually showed us your mount your pet/mount. I don't know what this is to you, but he's beautiful himself, and you can ride him, and it just looks great, man. And it comes out this summer. There's not an actual concrete date. It just says summer of 2024. And this is definitely a day one buy for me now. Definitely. When summer comes around, I'm looking so forward to playing this. I'm a little disappointed it's not coming to the Switch, but I understand. It's coming to everything else but Switch, I think, and even PC, if I'm being honest. So yeah, I'll probably pick it up for Sony, for PlayStation, and play it there. But yes, definitely looking forward to this one here. And you guys need to check this one out, Visions of Mana, man. And there's a lot of fucking Mana games. There's so many Mana games that it's crazy. And I think small history lesson, they used to be Final Fantasy Adventures way back in the day when Squaresoft was the name, and then they changed it and they started doing the Mana stuff. And even then, they were still doing some of the Mana stuff in Squaresoft. So definitely check this one out, guys. And if you're an action RPG fan for real, especially, you don't want to pass this one up. You just don't. So looking forward to that one. Definitely a day one buy for me. All right. Now let's talk a little bit about GRANBLUE Fantasy RELINK, guys. I had a chance to play it some more, finally test out every character. And this is another game that the more I play it, the more I hear about it, I get excited. There is so much to this game. If you're not peeling back the curtains, you're missing out on a lot. Okay. And the more you play it, the more you realize each character is very nuanced. And when you find out what's in the game compared to what you get in the demo, it really blows your mind. And one of the YouTubers I follow called Fextra Life is a huge RPG kind of guy. He does a lot of these videos and breakdowns, and he had a beautiful video recently, and he was breaking down stuff. He had a chance to experience a lot more than we have. And he started breaking down stuff, and he basically let us know that the makers of the game had designed this game for in-game play. So in other words, you're not going to be able to really get the or get the game's full potential until you even finish the game. Okay. Post-game stuff. So every character has a level cap of 100. All right. In the demo, I think you go up to level 10. I think everybody's level 10 and the cap is 100. Keep that in mind. Now, the weapons in the game that you wield have a cap of 150. So yeah, just think about that for a second. And each weapon has its own properties. Okay. Each weapon has its own fucking properties. So you may have one now in the demo that fucking does fire damage or something like that. Right. Well, as you progress in the game, you might find other ones that do other things, electricity and maybe multiples as well. So you can upgrade those as well once you find them. All right. So there's that weapon system, and then there's the gear system, and the gear system is also different. Okay. There's so many layers to this that you can, once you open up the game, you'll be able to take that one character and say, okay, I have 2 or 3 different builds for this one character. So if we're going to fight this boss here, I have this weapon or I have that weapon, and I have these skills I can, acquire and put on this character for this boss. And then if we got another boss here, I can change it up and use this one. So all I'm saying to you guys is this game is definitely going to be a time sinker. You're going to put hours and hours in there. Now, he also stated that the story is about 20 hours long. And if you do all the side quests and everything else, it's well over 100 hours. Okay. So you're going to be able to put a shit ton of hours in this game. The DLC that is coming is also going to be crazy. These raids. And we got a video of some gameplay from a raid, which they were fighting this green dragon who had like multiple fucking green tornadoes. It was crazy. And these characters that were playing and fighting against this fucking dragon were all fucking capped. Okay. They were all 100 levels and their weapons were like at 150 and they were still struggling with this fucking dragon. Okay. And they had to work together to get this shit done. All right. And you really have to build a nice little team when this happens. You have to have a healer. You definitely have to have a healer in there and you got to have some heavy hitters. So yeah, man, it looked fucking great. And I cannot wait to fucking start this and play this one. I'm so excited for this game here. And yeah, I can't wait. But yeah, that was a little bit of information shown. But for me personally in the demo, I actually discovered a new character that I just absolutely fell in love with, man. And it's a female character by the name of Lo, L-O. And she was like there were two more characters I had left to play and she was one of them. And I almost didn't play her. I said, you know what? I'm not really looking for mage type characters in this game. And now I completely changed my mind in this game. This game here, I want to play a mage type character. That's one of my main characters I want to play. And playing with her made me fucking realize that a lot. So my two main characters now, I can't think of his name. Yorda, the short dude with the fucking dual blades. Okay. That motherfucker, that's my guy. Okay. That's my guy for like trash mobs and things of that. And I'll be switching out between him for sure. And then also now it's Lo. Lo is my girl. She's really the young one. She's like, I don't know, she may be 14 or 15 years old, something like that, but she's like a mage and she does major damage if she can build her shit up. Right. And she also has a healing. So she's a good support character and a good high damage dealer when she does land those hits. Okay. So I really enjoyed playing with her and she's going to be one of my main characters going into the game. Now, of course, there are going to be another additional 9 or 10 characters in the game when they open up. And, you know, I may find another 1 or 2 in there as well. And that's fine as well. But right now, she's definitely on the squad. She's definitely on the A team for sure. And my guy is definitely on the A team as well. So yeah, man, like I said, it feels like I discover something new every time I play the demo. And a lot of us are just basically running the shit out of the demo, putting 20 hours, 15 hours into the demo. Okay. And it's just to get an idea. And like I said, it's just a taste, just a small taste of what you'll be able to get. And like I said, these raids are going to make everything just so purposeful because, hey, if you want that fucking weapon or if you want this item to make this weapon and craft this weapon that you need to do this with or that with, unlock a new skill, you need to go and beat this boss who is fucking going batshit crazy. And we have to put the perfect team together to do this. And that's when you start going online and you start soul searching for other players and things of that nature. And that's what makes it exciting, man. And if you don't have that, well, you can still go in there and put together your own team and you let the AI fucking do your thing as well. So I'm just excited for this game. I cannot wait, man. It's going down and I'm going to be buying it early. I think it's early access a few days early. If you get it, if you pre-order it, I think it's Sunday morning. So next Sunday morning. So I'll get a chance to play it a little bit and give you guys a little small update on what I've been able to play. So I'll probably be playing it all Sunday morning. And then that day of the podcast or whatever, that Monday morning, you'll get a taste of what I had a chance to experience. And then the week after that, I'll really be able to dive in and tell you what's been going on there. So yeah, really looking forward to that. And then it's also giving me a head start to play that because you also know that, another game is coming out, very soon and on Game Pass. And that is going to be, what damn, why it slipped my, why can't I think of the fucking name right now? Persona 3 Reload. That's right. That's coming out. So that game comes out a few days later. So yeah, get a chance to put in some crazy hours in this one and then get a chance to go over there and play a little bit of that. So those will be my games that I'll be switching between a little bit, back and forth. But yeah, looking forward to all of that. But anyway, moving on. And I also want to let you guys know that The Last of Us 2 Remaster is out. If you didn't know, I've been playing it. It is awesome, guys. It is $10 well worth the fucking money. It's damn near worth full price, in my opinion. Okay. Especially if you're a Last of Us 2 fan. If you're a Last of Us fan, period, you definitely want to play this. Yes, I know it's not online and it's not factions, but it's the next fucking best thing. And I really mean that. And my son got a chance to come out and play it. And he woke up early in the morning and he was like, yo, I want to play something. I was like, all right, I was about to play Last of Us 2. You want to try that? Cool. So we sit down, brings his chair in here. We sit down and we get started and I let him start the game. Keep in mind, I got a chance to play a little bit. I'm playing with Ellie and I'm trying to unlock her stuff because that's my favorite character of the whole series. But there's some dope characters here. All right. There are some dope characters here that you get a chance to play as. And he pretty much, my son unlocked all the characters. Okay. He unlocked them all. He got hooked on it. He couldn't put it down. And I was sitting there playing co-pilot and watching him play the game. It's just awesome. It's an awesome experience, man. And he couldn't stop playing it. And if you haven't played it, man, if you have Last of Us, you definitely need to pay that $10 and get this. It's so many cool things you can do here. You can tailor it to your own liking. You can make it as hard or as easy as you want. I made it easy at first because I forgot the controls and basically my muscle memory was just off and I got killed the first map easily. And then I was like, yo, I'm slipping. Okay. And then it took me a few to get going and get the stuff down. But once I did, man, I was in a zone and I was doing my thing. It's so cool, man. That's all I can tell you. And it's still lots of things we haven't unlocked yet. Different modifiers, different scenarios in these matches and a lot of different skins and stuff like that. So looking forward to doing all that and just picking up and playing. It's a great way to pick up and play if you're into the Last of Us universe and you just want something to do and you want to play different characters and stuff like that. You can do that, man. And a lot of different characters do a lot of different things. I really like Jesse a lot. And there's some other characters here that are awesome as well. So Lev is another one that I can't wait to get to start playing. She's a stealthy character and that's how I typically play these games. A lot of stealth. A lot of people like to go in their guns blazing, but not I, said the king. I like to get in there and kill and not be seen. If I have to do it, so be it. But I like playing this game in a stealthy way. So that's The Last of Us 2 Remaster. I hope you guys enjoy it if you have it. And if you haven't downloaded it yet, or if you plan to, you're hearing it from me, you need to do it. Next on this list, we're going to talk now about a game that everybody pretty much has been talking about. It's all over the fucking internet. It's all over YouTube, man. And it's called Pal World, P-A-L World. Okay. And a lot of people say it's Pokemon with guns, and it kind of is. And like, you know what I mean? Is it the best game out there? No. Is it the best polished game out there? No. This is a early access game, but it's completely playable in all of its right. It's definitely fun as fuck. I've sunk a ton of hours into it already. Me and my boy Dig, my best friend, we played this shit out of this, and it was beautiful, man. I'm not gonna lie. It was definitely very fun. I didn't think it was gonna grab me the way it did, but it did. Once you get moving around and once you get animals and you get a farm and you get a setup and you get a base, all this stuff, once you get your stuff popping, man, it gets crazy. So we had a blast on it. We built a base. He joined my game and we built this nice base. The first base we built was just a starter base and we had to leave it and leave all of our shit basically. But we needed a bigger area, right? Because we were outgrowing it. So we looked around for an hour, running around the map, trying to find a perfect spot. And we found one and we put our shit down. We built a nice base, man. It's next to this like old abandoned castle. And it's fucking dope. I love the location and we both build it. We both use our resources to build it up. He got his own special room. I got my own special room. We both custom made them ourselves and we got our stuff lined up. It's beautiful. Right. And then we ended up trying the first boss. Something happened where we went to go try it and he didn't get a chance to go into the room because I guess he wasn't standing close enough to me at the time. And I had to fight him solo and I wasn't ready solo. Like my arrows and shit they were not doing any damage. This motherfucker was pulling out warm butter everywhere. It was warm butter all over the fucking battlefield. But she got me. Okay. It was a female and it looked kind of like a giant fucking Pikachu, monster looking thing or whatever. And yeah, she got me. And then we tried it again. We both were able to get to the boss this time. And then it took us some time. He was really focused on him for some reason, for whatever reason. And that was cool because he couldn't focus on us both. So that was how we were able to prevail. We were able to outlast him. And there's also a time limit when you fight these bosses. So they're not going to just let you slowly tick away at their life. You know, they're like, well, if you play like that, you're not going to win. So you need to be powerful enough to do enough damage to this boss to take him out within that time limit. All right. And so that's what they had us do. So we barely got it. We got him done with like a minute left, maybe a minute and a half left. We finally got him out of there. And then we unlocked a whole bunch of shit. But at that time I was running on fumes because I hadn't slept all day and I was up, and it was around like 1:00 PM. And we started playing it like, I don't know. We started playing like around 6 a.m. And I was up the whole night prior to that. I hadn't been asleep. And like I said, I knew this game was going to do that to me. And, but it's cool when you play with somebody else too. Now, I almost don't want to play it solo, because like I said, if I have something he needs, cool, and he'll end up having something that I need. And then we just help each other out. We hooked up the base. So it would take me twice as long to build my base the way that it is now if he wasn't there. And it's cool to play with people. If you can play with multiple people, I like that about it. And then we were able to tackle that boss. Wasn't going to be able to beat him solo right then. I was ready to go back and grind a lot more and get my character stronger, which I'm going to do anyway. But yeah, the game is definitely very addictive. It is like a Pokemon game. You have Pokeballs and you can go out and catch these fucking things. And then you can use them. You can put them on your base. They can help out there, or you can use them to help fight with you. And they all have different abilities. And you can find eggs and grow them, and put them in an incubator, and they'll give you other stuff, you know, other monsters. It's really cool. Then you got the farming aspect of it. Of course, you want to keep everybody fed. So you want to create a farm, and you want to, you know, have crops, and you want to have things that produce a bunch of different things, you know, all these different things you need, cotton and fucking wool and all these things, arrows for your bow and stuff. So you want to create an ongoing machine, okay? And you want to set it up to where everything is working for you. So when you're not there and you're out around scavenging and getting new monsters and all of these things, then you can rest assured that everybody's going to be fed, the base is going to be taken care of. But sometimes you have raids where they will come and raid your shit, and then you need to go back and defend it. Or you need to set it up to where you have monsters more powerful enough to fend off any intruders. So that's cool. I just love the aspect. It's a very addictive game. It's very addictive. You see these monsters that you want to catch, but you look at their level and they're like, oh, they're too high for me right now. I don't want to test them. I'll wait a little longer, or maybe get somebody to come in and play with me. We could tackle them together, that type of thing. So it's very dope. Loving it. It's a time sink. It's definitely a time sink, but a good one at that. And I kind of see where they're going with this. I have high hopes for Power World. I mean, this is early access, so I have a good feeling that if they keep adding to it, which I think they will, it's going to be an awesome game. Okay, they're going to clean it up more and more. It's going to get better and better. You're going to add more things to it, so on and so forth. The map is huge as well. Haven't even been that far on the map, but definitely cool thing, man. Upgrading your base gives you more opportunities to do more things, and then actually build more bases. So once you get one base to a certain level, then it'll allow you to build another base somewhere else. So you want to have multiple bases in different areas, and then you can fast travel between those bases, and that's cool. So that's also a cool thing. And then it's kind of like managing your bases. You have like 3 or 4 bases. You try to make sure that those things are taken care of, and you're going between each base. Some are being invaded here. You go. It's a cool thing. It's definitely an awesome experience. So I'm here for it. Power Word is definitely a game that's going to stay on that Xbox and stay on there long. I downloaded it. It was only like 7 gigabytes or some shit like that. 6. And yeah, I mean, it's very small on the Xbox Series S that I'm playing it on my, you know what I mean? I'm trying to get my son to download it. He doesn't want to download it for whatever reason, but he sees us playing it long enough. He'll probably jump on. He has his Series X now. And so yeah, come on and join, man. I don't know how many players can join at one server. I need to look into that. Definitely. But yeah, love the game, guys. And you guys definitely need to check it out. Also, let me go ahead and bring this up now. I finally got my Discord up. My boy Dig, thank you. If you're listening, he helped me with it. And that's what we were playing Power World on. We were playing on Xbox, and we didn't want to go to the Xbox party. And we wanted to try. He was like, let's try Discord. And I had my Discord on my phone. I also have it on my laptop. But I said, all right, I'm going to do it on my phone. So he had it on his laptop. I had it on my phone. I put my little earpiece in. I had my little old school earpiece from the first PlayStation 4. If you guys remember the little earpiece that you got with your PlayStation 4, I still use that to this day. Like that thing's still kicking like karate. I love that little thing. But yeah, I used that, stuck that in my phone, put the other piece in my ear, man. And we played Power World that way. And Discord is awesome. Like, I'm so glad that I'm back, finally trying to get back into it. And I told you guys that I was going to do that so that we can start these communities, because I'm starting one for GRANBLUE Fantasy. So when that game comes out, if any of you guys have the game and you want to fucking play it and you want to jump in and get into a party or whatever, hey, I'm going to give you guys that information. And next week I will have my Discord information up so you guys can go and actually join the Discord. And I'll have that I'll have it on my YouTube channel, and I'll probably have it on a couple other places too, maybe my Twitter or something like that, and Instagram. So yeah, be looking out for that next week. That'll be up. And yeah, man, I can't wait. I'm excited to talk with some of you guys, to get with some of you guys and just talk about different things, have different topics. That's the cool thing about Reddit too. Hey, let's talk about anime, or let's talk about games, or let's team up and let's play some Switch or something. You know what I mean? Because, we all know that Switch doesn't have any voice chat. So we might, something like that. So looking forward to all of that and then some. So yeah, Discord is back. We're back, baby. But anyway, last thing I want to talk about, guys, real quick before I get out of here, is a game that I told you guys earlier in the show that caught my attention, and it is called AI Limit. Now, this is from a Chinese developer, and they've been coming out with some bangers as of late. Okay, we have Wulong Dynasty coming soon, and that's a Chinese company. And we also are going to have AI Limit supposedly coming 2024. They've never shown this. I've never seen this before. It just kind of showed up, and it looks pretty good, man. I'm definitely looking forward to playing this. It has the same art style as a game called The First Berserker. I remember talking about that, and that one's definitely another game I want to buy. I think it's going to be a day one for me, but the art style is an anime kind of art style. It looks like a dark anime style. It's just awesome. It looks great. And this game is the same. And just think of an anime sci-fi action RPG with like Dark Souls elements. Okay. Well, just think of that. Think of if Dark Souls was an anime, the art style. Okay. Boom. You got that. And then sci-fi, the characters are futuristic. The anime chick you play as, all of that, she looks kind of like a cyborg, if you will. And it's an action RPG, man. It looks fucking great. It looks pretty dope from the shit that I saw. So I highly recommend you guys check that one out. If you're into that type of stuff, check this one out. Once again, it's called AI Limit, and it says it's coming out this year, 2024. So there's no real release date yet. I'm sure we'll see more of it, maybe another event this year, and we'll probably get the release date and all of that. And looking forward to this one as well. So there's a lot of games that I know about that are coming out, but I'm sure there's going to be a handful that are going to surprise me like this, and that I'll just be like, wow, I didn't see that coming. I wasn't prepared for this game, but this will be one that I will be buying. You don't see it until you see it. You see what I'm saying? So that's the beautiful thing about that. So that's going to do it. I hope everybody enjoyed the podcast. I want to thank everybody for coming out, downloading, streaming, and all of that good shit, baby. Okay. I'm going to see you guys next week. I love you all so much. Once again, check out Discord next week. I'll have it up, guys, and we can join. And I'm trying to build a community, so hopefully we can do that. I think I'll put it on TikTok as well, and we can grow this community. All right. And I really want to talk and sit down with some of you guys from time to time. It'd be cool to do. You guys spend so much time listening to me. You know what I mean? It'd be cool to actually pick you guys' brains on some of your favorite games, some of your favorite anime, and some of your interest, and get into that kind of with you guys there. Also, definitely check me out on my handles, of course, again, at Studio MacGyver on Twitter. I call it Twitter. I don't call it X. And then you can also check me out at Studio MacGyver on Instagram. And also check me out at Random Gameplay Pimpin on TikTok. And also, please don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, please do so on the YouTube channel at Random Gameplay Pimpin. There, content every day pretty much on that channel now. It's been like that for about 6 weeks now or so. So yeah, I've got anything from fucking gameplay trailers, game trailers, discussions. I have YouTube shorts based on these shows in the past. So I'm always something is up there for you guys, okay, and to check out, and even some gameplay videos as well. And I'll have more of those coming as well. I'll definitely have some videos to upload from GRANBLUE Fantasy. I may do some stuff with The Last of Us on there, and so on and so forth. So yeah, man, just whatever, just be looking out for all those things. I want to thank everybody for their support, and I want to tell everybody that I love them dearly, all my listeners. And we do this every Monday, same bad time, same bad channel. So tune in next week for another beautiful show. And I'm out, guys. This is your boy, Studio MacGyver, and you have been listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin'. See you next time.